Hello everyone. My greetings to one and all. I am Poonam Vohra from Microeconomics Learning Center. From now onwards, the discussion will be on utility analysis. Utility analysis is a cardinal approach, implying it is possible to measure the utility in quantitative terms. Though utility is a psychological phenomena, but Alfred Marshall has coined a term utils, which signifies that one can assign a numerical value to utility. In this introductory session, the learner will simply understand who is considered to be a consumer and what is meant by utility. So let us begin. Let's begin with a consumer. Who's a consumer? Actually speaking, we all are consumers as we consume different things. But in economics terminology, who's considered to be a consumer? Let's understand. Just observe, you must have come across these statements quite often. I don't want to have dinner at home. I need to go out. Decision is required. Which restaurant should you go? Once you have decided, then again, which food should I eat? Decision is required. If it is buying a shirt, which brand of shirt should I buy? How much should it cost? Decision is required. So, one makes a countless number of decisions every day. So the question comes to our mind, why do we need to make so many decisions? Simply because a consumer consumes different goods and services. So a consumer is one who makes a decision about what commodity to buy, how much to buy for the satisfaction of wants, or on what basis a rational consumer allocates his limited income between different goods and services the consumer desires. And this decision is based on his ability to pay. The ability to pay depends on two things. One, money income. Higher is the money income, higher is the ability to pay. And two, price of the commodity. Lower is the price, greater is the amount of consumption. And consumption is an act of using up goods and services in order to satisfy human wants. So a consumer is a decision maker. Now, utility. It is the satisfaction, actual or expected, derived from consuming a given amount of a particular good. Normally, it is expected satisfaction because the commodity is first purchased and then consumed. One also has to remember that utility is not same as usefulness. A commodity may not be useful yet may have utility for some person. For example, smoking. It is injurious to health and hence is not a useful commodity. But for a habitual smoker, it has utility. Utility is also subjective and vary from person to person. A person who is dying of hunger will have high utility for food in comparison to one who is not. So, utility is the satisfaction one gets by consuming it. It is a psychological phenomenon and it is difficult to measure because there cannot be a standard measure of feeling. But Alfred Marshall, who propounded the concept of utility, believed that utility can be quantified in terms of utils. That is, an individual can assign a numerical value in terms of utils for consuming each quantity of a good. For example, Sunil has consumed one soft drink and one chocolate. He decides to assign a numerical value of 20 utils by consuming a soft drink and a numerical value of 10 utils by consuming chocolate. It implies that his liking for soft drink is twice as much as of a chocolate. Another way of measuring utility is in terms of money. For simplification, let's assume 1 util is equal to 1 rupee. It is just an assumed value, not a standard value. It may differ from consumer to consumer. This assumption means that if a consumer gets 10 utils of a satisfaction from the consumption of a good, the utility is taken as worth rupees 10. That is, the consumer is willing to pay 10 rupees for that commodity. Now assess yourself and identify the correct option out of the 4 options given. The statement is, the consumer's ability to pay depends upon A. Price of the commodity, B. Real income of the consumer, C. Preference of the particular good, and D. Satisfaction derived from the consumption. Please check your answer. The correct answer is option B. The consumer's ability to pay depends upon real income of the consumer. What do we mean by real income? There can be money income, that is the money earned by the consumer. Real income, that is the purchasing power of the consumer. Purchasing power or real income gets affected by money income as well as price of the commodity. If money income remains the same and price rises, the consumer will be able to buy less of a commodity, or we say the real income has gone down because now less can be purchased with the same money income. And if prices fall, it is said that real income has increased because with the same amount of money, more goods can be purchased. So real income is affected by money income as well as price of the commodity. Now have a look at this question and identify the correct answer out of the 4 options given. Utility is best defined as A. The price of a good, B. The practical usefulness of a good, C. The satisfaction from consuming a good, or D. The amount one is willing to pay for a good. Please check your answer. Utility is best defined as the satisfaction from consuming a good. So option C is a correct answer. I hope you enjoyed this introductory session on utility, as the concept of who a consumer is and what is meant by utility is not difficult. I'm sure you have understood it. So with this, the introductory session comes to an end. The next session will focus on the concept of total utility. Till then, keep learning and keep reading.